Hi, everybody.
Hello.
Welcome back to another amazing episode of the Careful Boys, where we have Jared Feather over here.
My favorite part about that is you intro me, and obviously there's this recorded back to back, and you guys clap for me one time in an episode.
Yes. Yeah. Because we're happy you're here.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're happy you're here. We're excited you're here.
Like we'll show the energy when we're not excited about the person sitting in that chair.
Yeah, they don't get claps.
Yeah,
And they also don't come back.
Yep, they don't come back. Oh, damn.
I'm an honorary Asian at this point. Yeah. I earned my status.
You're Caucasian.
We're just trying to be white adjacent.
That makes sense.
It's going the other way. Yeah.
White adjacent.
A resident guy.
So there was this moment about a week ago, I think. Me and Bart were really excited about the idea of Nick coming out to Vegas to hang out with us.
Oh my God, are we all actually Vegians?
Vegans.
We're Vegians.
We're vegans.
Yeah, we're trying to get everyone vegan.
We're trying to, but then Nick bailed on us because of some whatever opportunity to work with the UFC or something.
It wasn't me. I was riding coattails. David, because they pitched it to. I was supposed to go see Bart, and when they told me to go,
You weren't gonna go see me?
Yeah, well, you were going to be there too, but you're also leaving on Sunday, right?
Shh, don't bring in my schedule.
Anyway, I was supposed to go. I was supposed to stay with Bart, and he made this whole plan. He, cleared out his house for us.
Gordo.
Wow. Yeah, dude. So then, when they said that I had to go to UFC 311 with David, I was like, nah, I can't because I'm going with Bart. I already felt really bad.
Bart and Anthony.
Bart Anthony and Steve, and
Not Steve.
potentially Ryan out there.
Huh? What?
You're not in Vegas right now, are you?
No, not
Wait, you went to UFC too, Bart?
No.
Oh.
No, it was their thing. So then he
was for the casual.
He didn't come. So yeah, he went with the casual.
But I'll be going in Vegas next week. I'll be there next week.
Oh, wait, they didn't have the fight at Vegas?
No, it was in LA.
We just figured this out yesterday.
This is why I don't send you my bench PRs and stuff like that. You don't talk to me either.
Fair enough.
Yeah, you're the least active in the group chat.
But talk about the UFC.
Fair enough.
Talk
Very
about the
true.
UFC stuff. What was it?
Probably in the middle of something here. I'm gonna.
I don't respond to the group chat as much. But we went to the UFC. It was my first UFC I've ever been to.
What?
Yeah, it was the first.
For a professional fighter? What the f? That's like a rapper that's never been to a rap concert.
I know what rednecks that have never thrown a punch that have been to like 10.
And they were sitting all behind me, dude.
I bet they were.
The fans are wild. The fans are fucking wild.
How did you like it?
It was cool. It was dope. Because you get to see all the behind the scenes that you don't get to see on TV, like all the in between. You get to, and we had really good seats. The production was at the Intuit Dome, and it's a new arena, I guess, or stadium or whatever.
On TV, the Intuit Dome looks sick.
It looks really
It looked
cool.
insane.
It was really dope, and everything was brand new, which was real nice. And like the screens were dope. Like everything was awesome. The funnest part was finding all the guys in the crowd who could murder you, dude. Because there's so many. Well, a lot of them are just like normal folks, but then there's a couple guys that walk with like fucked up ears. Yeah. They're Russian as fuck. They have the chin strap, and you're like, this guy is an Olympic champ. Like he's an Olympic medalist or something. And you could see him, and you spot him, and you're like, oh fuck, look at that guy. That guy's
Damn. Do you feel like if this was back in the day, and then they're like Vikings or something, and you're like a poor little farmer just ready to get your asshole torn by them?
Yeah. Wait, asshole torn by them?
Yeah, they would tear assholes specifically.
They take any ass.
Sodomize me?
I want to go back to how Nick let you down though. What happened?
Yeah, let's dig into that.
And then he.
Oh yeah, you ditched us.
Is that what happened?
Yeah, I did really feel really bad about
Like, was it worth it though? Like,
Yeah.
Low key, can I be honest?
It looks like it was.
Can I be honest? I kind of wish I went to Vegas instead.
Really? Why?
No, like
The UFC's so sick.
the UFC was sick, but it was also like,
You're around it all the time, right?
I'm gonna sound like a really bad guy. Nothing beats the at-home experience though, kind of.
Because of Joe Rogan's.
Well, it's just like when you're at a fight, bro, you're sitting down for like 6 hours.
And it's hard to see. You don't get this.
Oh, so you went from the beginning.
You're looking through the fucking.
And we went in the middle of the show. Like, we didn't even go start from the very beginning. The very beginning of the fight started like 2 o'clock. We got there like 4-ish. Wow. So we're there from like 4 to like 10. Like, it was awesome. It was fucking great.
You could eat a lot of corn dogs though.
I know, but it was just like, I'm good off this. Like, after you have one fucking like chicken tender, you're like, I'm good, dude. I wish I.
You don't like live sports?
Yeah, I don't like live sports either. I'm the same way.
Not for 6 hours. Next time we'll go for like the main card, and that's where we missed out. But it was like we had to watch, and it was dope because I never got to experience anything like that. And unfortunately, what's even more spoiled of me is like when we were cornering fights, we would be like on the ring floor. We'd be there all the time. You'd be in the back, and it was interesting to see the fights from a different perspective like that, because I've never sat down and watched a live show like that. We're always in the locker room, like, and that's not fun either, because you're waiting for 6 hours and you're just nervous the whole time, and then you go out and you go coach somebody. And then they get knocked out. You're like, great, let's do it again next week.
Let's go to Applebee's, guys.
So like that knockout wasn't that bad, right? Like back to the gym on Monday, you know, like it's just kind of a fucking different experience. So to be able to watch it was really cool. But like when you see guys get knocked out on TV and you're like, whoa, that's crazy. And then cut to commercial. What's fucked up is like homies knocked out for like like 5-6 minutes. And then you see him stand up and they're all wobbly trying to get to their stool, and you're like, bro, this guy, like, his life might be different after this, you know, like
that's what they don't show you.
Yeah, exactly. Like, and then when you're up close, when you hear the sounds of like your
leg hits,
the bones hitting skull, yeah, like it's just a different feeling.
That sounds kind of tight.
It is super tight.
It's a different type.
It's a different type.
How far you guys were you from the ring?
We had really good seats. Yeah. We had really good seats, but it was still pretty far. Like
like whenever I'm there, I'm like still looking at the screen.
Yeah.
I'm not ever looking at the cage.
Yeah. And it's hard because you're trying to like look at both, and you're like, which one do I look at? You know. But while we were in the bathroom right after the fights, me and David were peeing right next to each other, same urinal stall.
Sick.
We just hear a loud like right outside the door, people were starting scrapping.
What?
It was this Russian dude fighting this little torta, little Mexican dude.
Oh no.
The Russian guy was beating his ass?
I didn't see, but he was like, you saw me? Like, I socked him. You saw that? Like, you saw, he pointed right at me, right when I came out from washing my hands. He was like, you saw that? You saw me, right? Like, I punched him. He hit me, but I got him good. His shirt was off. So he was.
The Russian guy was. He needed a witness.
No, the Mexican dude. The Mexican dude. Clearly. The Russian guy was taken away.
I was gonna say he sounds Mexican.
When I saw the Russian Armenian dude, whatever he was, I was like, that was one of the scary ones. He was one of the ones with the fucked up ears that looked very sketch. So I was like, I don't know what happened.
Do you know you don't know how the fight started?
They were arguing about who won the fight.
No way.
Which Russian guy won? But it was just like the fans are like loud. They're screaming the whole time. Yeah, guys are like trying to crack jokes. They're like, "Show me your tits," you know, things like that. That's always fun.
That is kind of the annoying part of watching UFC live. Is sometimes you have idiots yelling dumb things.
I like the commentators that think they know.
And then there's the people that they
do the fucking thing with the arm and shit.
Yeah, they get drunk and they start fucking acting stupid as fuck, and then people want to like puff their chest out.
It shows the patience of like high level fighters though. Because they're just sitting in like the front rows, just like listening to all this shit, and they're just like, sometimes they're like insulting the fighters too.
Yeah,
and it just shows how patient they are. Because they're just like, I know I'd kill this guy. Yeah, just eat it. Don't fucking say anything.
They can't say anything.
Yeah.
There's one of the guys who fought. He's famous for like beating the shit out of fans.
That's great.
The guy from Rob.
Oh, Rob, yeah. Oh, Rob's tight.
Yeah, that dude.
He beats the shit out of fans. He was walking by. There's a heckler. He jumps on the fence, fucking goes over the fence, and he goes up to the fan, and the fan like, and he socks him up, and then.
But I think was that a CJI? Is that the one?
Yeah, but
he grabbed him by his head because he had like a little curly head, and he started shaking it. It's like, ooh, I'll fuck your ass up. And he's like, I'm sorry, I was just joking.
I think fans need that shit though.
They for sure.
It's the same guy who's in people's fucking comments talking shit.
That's tight.
When I see fighters beat up on fans, it actually makes me really happy.
Did he get like charges pressed for that?
No, I don't think so.
Oh, dude, that's dope.
There was one fan who was the guy who was supposed to coincidentally fight that had to pull out on Saturday. It was Armenian cat, Armin. He was walking out. This guy is filming him on his walkout, and he's saying, fuck you. So Armin, as he's about to fight, turns around, socks the fan, and keeps walking. And then the fan later goes, yeah, I was tripping. I was telling him to go fuck himself. That was on me. I'm not going to press no charges. That's kind of cool, though. That was kind of cool.
That guy's such a fucking idiot, because Armin just spent like the last 30 minutes in like his warm-up room getting ready to go to war.
So he's
He's coming out like, I will destroy anything in my path. You have a guy fucking eating popcorn. Hey, fuck it! Boom! What the?
He's warmed up and already punched the bag a little bit.
And then he went out and won the fight. That was crazy.
That's high.
That's crazy if there's some kind of like splash zone basically where like you can't press charges.
Like in SeaWorld?
Yeah.
That would be dope. You get front row beat zone.
Yeah.
And then everyone, it's like, ooh, maybe I'll get fucked up
Right.
today.
If you talk shit to this point, you can't sue.
It's like a comedy show where people want to get roasted, so they get the front row seats, and they're like, ooh, I hope they pick me.
What does it feel like? Because like maybe you've probably been in this situation. What does it feel like if you have a friend that's fighting in the ring and you got someone behind your head that's talking about your friend like, kill him, kill this fucker?
Like yeah, it's definitely annoying, but it's just part of the game. Like there's nothing you can do about it. Like there's been times where you're fighting and you hear the coach saying the same thing about the guy you're fighting. They want you to fucking kill. I remember one of the fights I saw. I was listening to the coach from the other corner, and she's telling their fighter, "Fucking kill him, kill him." And it's like that's not very useful advice right now either. It's like that's not gonna do nothing.
That's what I'm trying to do.
Yeah, that's what we're trying to do here. You know.
Like that is kind of the point, right?
And then afterwards, you're like, man, that's a little fucked up that you were trying to tell her to kill me. Like, that's not that cool. You know, there's that side, the victim side.
There's a lot of antics too. Like you know how like in the NBA, like you might try to sell a foul, just so you can get the game to swing a certain way. Right. So it's kind of like playing into the politics. Like coaches will even do that too. Where like, let's say his fighter is getting pummeled, they're like, "Oh, that's nothing. Yeah. That's nothing," because you know the judges are like, "Oh, that's nothing. Yeah, that's true." Like they're just trying to sway. They're trying to sway things. Right. So everyone's screaming all kinds of shit. There's all kinds of crazy like multi-layered strategies going on. It's nuts. It's hard to kind of like decipher which one's real or which one's not.
Right. We interviewed Sean Strickland's coach. He's like a famous UFC fighter that everyone. He's like really funny. Eric Nixick, and he's from Extreme Couture in Vegas, and he was saying when they had the UFC fights and there was no crowd, during
COVID.
Yeah, during COVID. So the judges are cage side. So he had one guy in his corner every time his fighter landed something. Like, oh, that was great. Just like a positive encouragement the whole time to help sway the judges. Wow. And then on the fight,
lobbyists.
Yeah, for real.
MMA
and it kind of works because when we saw the fight on Saturday, we originally thought that one of the fighters had won. But one of the fighters, the guy Marab, who was beating on everybody, the champ, every time he did something, he just raised his hands up and just was like doing crowd work the whole time.
Mm-hmm. And it was really heavy crowd work.
Like, and he wasn't really like, the positions were kind of neutral, right? It wasn't like he was winning in those exchanges.
Didn't even have control.
But yeah, but it was just like, it was like nothing. Like they were just like 50-50.
But he just looks like he's winning.
The crowd is loud. They're going nuts every time he raises hands up. And then that ultimately what won him the fight.
Because they're entertainers at the end of the day.
And like, because it swayed the judges, and the judges were like, yo, that fucking guy won. And when you're in the arena, you're like, yeah, that guy fucking won.
You don't think outside of that crowd work, you don't think he had those last 3 rounds?
I think it was so close where it was like, that ended up being the deciding factor. You know, like when it's like the margins are that tight, those decisions will win him the fight.
What do you think about the AI judging then?
Are they gonna do AI judging?
Yeah, like have you seen that yet? Where there's like they have the three judges, and then there's like an additional like AI judge. Yeah. Where like I don't know if they count it, but it just shows you what the AI judge thinks.
Interesting.
Is it just a statistical thing, like because it can register like strikes?
How many kicks? How many
Yeah.
blocks?
I don't know. I don't know if they really like. I doubt they like factor it in, but it's just to show you like. Here's what the AI judge said.
Because is the AI gonna be able to because sometimes they'll comment and be like, yeah, he's really huffing and puffing. It looks like his stamina's really down right now. He's tiring him out. It's like that kind of stuff also affects the way you feel about where the fight's going.
Yeah.
I think it would depend on how they weight it, like a takedown versus like is that equal to 3 punches? And then I think once they figure out how they weight all the damage to each other, then the fighters will know how to play that algorithm. Because they might be like, oh shit, if it like takedowns cost more, I'm gonna do more of those.
Well, they already do, and it's a scoring system to begin with, and you have cage control. AI would be better than anybody. AI would be better than any fucking human judge.
And it'll get better too, right?
100%.
Yeah, because humans could like start drifting away and like,
yeah. And honestly, I don't give a shit how tired the guy was. If he has cage control, but he's like fucking this, but he's still landing shots, and he has the most shots landed, the most cage control, he wins. I don't give a fuck how tired he is. Like the AI is doing a perfect job. It's a scoring system at the end of the day, right? Like,
That's what I thought judges did. I thought that they looked back and they go, this guy got this many kicks, this guy got this many knockdowns, whatever. And then they go, okay, well clearly.
Yeah, they're supposed to.
Yeah. A lot of the times the judges don't even know the sport
And you can't pay off AI.
What?
because they're government.
They'll take like a boxing judge from another federation. We just need judges, yeah. And then
Because they had to be licensed or whatever. What?
and they're like, oh, they don't really know jujitsu, so they're like, oh, maybe takedowns aren't that much.
Oh, what the hell?
What? It's that. That's why that sometimes.
Like they have a criteria, but it's not guaranteed that they're gonna follow it, and they're not gonna be like.
Yo, how about boxing though? Because every single time I see in the comments with boxing, everyone's like, "This is why everyone thinks we're a joke, and everything's a fucking scam."
Yeah. There's one lady in particular that everyone could think of in both Muay Thai, MMA, boxing at the highest level. She was one of the boxing judges, I think, for Manny Pacquiao too. Manny Pacquiao and like Floyd Mayweather or something like that. But her name is Adelaide Bird. And everyone says she's blind as a bat, bro. Like that's like the joke on her is like she can't see anything.
What the fuck is she judging then?
She just she's a staple of the Las Vegas Athletic Commission, and she's a judge forever, and she is on the wrong side all the
Politics
time.
exists in every sport, man.
Yeah, it's just part of
AI
it.
will be better.
But how much of this do you think is also influenced by gambling and the mob?
I bet that's a big deal too.
Because I think people forget how much fucking money is on the line in all of these sports.
Yeah.
So
Probably
it's
a
like,
larger portion back in the day. It's probably less now.
There was a big MMA coach who got in trouble and he has a really good camp. He was getting in trouble for betting on his his fighter had an injury and he bet on the other guy. He was doing shady shit like that. He had a whole betting business.
That's just logical though. His fighter's injured.
that's insider trading shit.
Yeah,
But imagine,
but they got
you
investigated.
You find out your coach bet against you, you'd be like, "Fuck this coach."
But what if he was in
and
on it?
and you're supposed? Oh, that's different.
Yeah,
Because
that's the other thing.
a lot of times the
that's the other
coaches,
thing.
the coaches get paid off your purse. So you're like, okay, so I'm supposed to give this guy 10% of what I just earned? Fuck that motherfucker.
Well, to be fair though, if you're like losing though, it's kind of like, oh well, at least he gets his bread.
If they're both in on it, that's different. I
Yeah,
think.
like if he gives him 50% of what he earned.
I bet against myself and then I lose. I rig my own fight.
That's tight.
Honorable man.
Wasn't there
Honorable
like a
Joe.
huge NBA scam like that? Who the fuck was that? There was a documentary on it.
With the refs.
No, it was the players.
Oh, there's a what's his face's brother. I know what you're talking about. He would bet on himself, and then he would take himself out of games too. Oh right. The odds on it. He might have been on the Raptors. His brother plays hella well.
Is Antetokounmpo's brother? Was it him?
No, I don't think.
It's a famous brother.
Yeah, he got in trouble, like huge for that. Yeah.
That's the real story.
He
for
was
me.
throwing his own self.
How much
Yeah.
of this is not about the game and it's about the business?
Well, NBA is like they're really known.
Porter, Jonte Porter. Yes. Toronto Raptors.
Porter's brother.
Yeah.
That's who. It was.
I do think like in sports where the games don't matter as much, because you could like lose however many games
true.
and still make it to the playoffs, and there's probably lots of money to be made. But I think in a sport like MMA, every win or loss either propels you exponentially to the next like level. That might be a little bit harder. Yeah.
Because if you lose, that's it. You're out.
You're losing.
So you don't want to.
If you're number 5, you lose. Boom, you're fighting number 15 next. You lose again, you might be out of the organization and you're done.
Right.
It's cutthroat.
Yeah.
Okay, let's rig some fights, guys.